What's up, guys? This is Mike again with Roastin' Rubber in the Rockies, and today we are doing a coolant flush, drain, and refill on a 95 Toyota Camry. Get a quick shot of it. It's not a bad car. 189,000 miles. I had to tape the coolant expansion tank over here because it was starting to deteriorate, and it had a couple gaps in it. And if you know anything about coolant, it heats up when it expands, and I don't want it flying around everywhere in a little engine like that. So yeah, there's just a couple dust here, stuff like that. But I mean, picked it up for a pretty good price, so I can't complain. The inside's kind of trash, but I mean, that's to be expected for the price I paid for it. I just got new sets of tires on it, honestly. It came with 3 snow tires, which is really stupid, I think. Because I don't know why you would just put 3 snow tires on a car. He said it came with 4, and his girlfriend was driving it, and the 4th just blew itself and shredded. And that's kind of to be expected, though, when you're driving snow tires on the other seasons of the year besides winter. So, yeah. Let me show you something real quick. So now, as you can see, I got 2 buckets down here to collect up all the coolant. You don't want to spill this stuff because it actually tastes sweet and animals will drink it, but it's poisonous, so it'll kill them. Be safe to Mother Earth, treat her good and she'll treat you back. Got the radiator cap off. I got them down there, and I got this hose right here taken off. I have the second bucket down there because I popped it off like that and drained out all the coolant right there. So yeah, just a sec. Gonna use this radiator flushing cleaners with a little bit of distilled water. You don't want to use regular mineral water or even filtered water because all of those minerals make it difficult for your water pump to pump it through because they're not specifically chosen for flow and just miscellaneous things like that that help your car function and stuff. So you always want to look up the specs on your car. This car in particular has a 6-liter initial fill. What that means is that it takes 6 liters on the initial fill, but as it gets pumping through, it's going to aerate itself where the liquid's going to displace the air and it's going to bubble out. That's why you see radiators being bubbled out a lot in car videos and stuff like that. They're bleeding out the air through the coolant system. So yeah, I'm going to add my 6 liters real quick. So this funnel I'm going to use is a cool little funnel I just picked up from Walmart. It's a flex tube funnel. So this wide bit is actually where the funnel ends right here, but it screws into a little extra part that can stretch out, expand, and has a thin tip, which is great for pouring in the radiator. Good job, Walmart. Alright, so I don't know how well you can see me. That would look better. The coolant system's full. It's all the way topped out, but I don't have quite 6 liters in there yet. That means that there's either some fluid still in the water pump in the blinds, or there's a lot of air. Either way, doesn't matter. I'm doing a flush anyways, so I'm getting all the old stuff out. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it for a drive real quick. Gonna go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's, one of the two. Get one of those oil flush thinners. Like when you do your oil change, it's about, I think, a quart or a pint or something like that. I don't know what the sizing is. You pour it in your engine, and then you start it up, you drive it around for a little bit, or you start it and you let it run idle for like 10 minutes or something like that, and it thins everything out and breaks a lot of the sludge and stuff down so that it will come out when you drain all the oil and everything out. So yeah, let you guys know on that. What's up, guys? I just got back from the auto parts store. I got a new headlight because the high beam on the driver's side was out, and I actually had to take a guess because I looked it up, and it's either can be the 9005 or the 9006, and I just got the 5, and it ended up working perfectly. So awesome to that. Also, cover the label here. Picked up some of this motor flush. You always want to get this before you do your oil change, because what it does is it has solvents in it that act kind of like acid inside your engine, but not badly. When you run it for 5 minutes or so, it goes along and it pulls all the gunk off of the rings, the pistons, the walls, every sludge deposit and just dirty residue that you have in there is pretty much going to pull forward, and it's going to bring it down to the crankcase and down to your oil pan.
so that when you go to drain it out, it's going to drain out. And what's going to happen is you're going to notice that your oil, it's going to be kind of sludgy but thin at the same time, and that's because you have to run your motor for a while. You should always run your motor for a little bit before you drain your oil, because it helps break everything up and get everything nice and loose, so that when you drain it out, you actually get a lot of nasty stuff out. But yeah, update on you guys in a sec. Alright, I'm going to show you guys some of the fluids I'm going to be using real quick. So first, for the coolant flush, we got some of this Valvoline 50/50 pre-diluted. And you want to make sure you get the red. It says specifically in the owner's manual that you want the red long life, and you never want to mix your colors. That's how you make sure that your coolant loses its property. And it can't do what it's supposed to do, and it's pretty much like running water, which is useless because it boils super fast. Alright. For the oil change, I'm using some of this Mobil 1 Annual Protection. It's a 5W30 fully synthetic. Ultimate full synthetic. What that means is a synthetic oil has a lot more properties in it that allow it to flow better through your engine. It has a lot better viscosity, so that when it's cold, it's really thin and it doesn't clog up. But when it's hot, it doesn't lose that. It doesn't get too thin and lose that property. It's a nice middle marker. And also with that, we got right here the oil filter. From it says adjust. I don't know if you can see that. It says ultra synthetic, and this is a filter meant specifically for using with synthetic oil. It has better properties in it, and it's meant to only hold the synthetic oil. If you use regular conventional oil with it, it's going to clog up and not work near as well. So yeah, there we go. If anybody's curious, it's a 14 millimeter socket that is going to break loose the 95 oil drain plug. Let's go. Oil's draining now. Got my catch bin under there. Alright. Adjust this a little bit. Pull it back a little bit so I'm not spilling oil everywhere. Perfect. Alright. Time to put the oil in. The capacity is 3.6 liters. So I'm probably going to stop at 3.5 about, and then we got to check the dipstick. So. Perfect. Let me get in the light a little bit. Alright guys, so I got the coolant topped off, I have the oil changed, the oil filter changed, the new synthetic oil and oil filter back on it. I have the drain plugs back in, I have the lower radiator hose hooked back up, and right now I'm just finishing topping off the coolant. It's bleeding out, and as soon as I get that done, I'm going to lower the car down, wait about 5 or 10 minutes for the engine to cool down and drain into the pan a little bit. Then I'm going to check the oil level and top off as necessary.